I just got back from a trip to the high mountains. It was the first time for me to go hiking above the tree line, and yeah, it was a rich experience in many different ways. Um, it was not without its challenges, and I want to share with you a discovery that came to me as I was facing a challenge. Um, yeah, so I'd never been up that high before, and yeah, so as such, my system needed to make some adjustments, and the primary uh, thing that I dealt with was, oh wait, when I go up, it's a long way up, and when I'm up there, there's definitely not any people who can give or sell me food. So the food I had with me as I was settling into the climb, yeah, I realized, okay, this is the food that I'm going to have for that's going to have to last me for about 2.5 days, 3 days, and it was not a lot. It was not a lot for my um, yeah, for what I'm used to. So fast forward to the last day. I spent 2 nights up there, and one night out on the ridge, out on the mountain ridge, which was very special, and one night in a cabin, and where I was lucky to find some dry food. So thank you for the person who left it there. So it's the last day, and I really have very little food, and I'm really feeling it. I'm very starting to feel a bit, you know, starting to feel a bit weak, and uh, yeah. So as I set out to the descent, um, I quickly find my phone. My phone has died as well. So before that happened, I took some snapshots, mental snapshots of the map. But then really I was completely on my own, no food, hardly any water. And so the initial part of that day was finding my way in the trails. So these are not roads, these are just footpaths. And these were also footpaths in the middle of minefields. So I was quite a bit nervous about, uh, yeah, I mean, I wanted to get to the road. Uh, Once I would get to the road, I thought I'll be fine. Yeah, good to go. So I take the turns that I had thought of. Uh, I pass some marker that somebody told me about, and yeah, feeling uneasy. I'm feeling uneasy when I'm in these small trails because, well, if I get lost there, then I'm really lost. But I find the road, and I breathe a sigh of relief because even though I know that that road is going to be, uh, it's going to take a while before I get down to the valley, to the villages. Um, I have certainty. That road gives me a degree of certainty that at the end of that road there's going to be food from one direction or another, uh, which I already talked about in different videos. So um, the discovery I made there, and I'd already experienced it before, but here it was quite, yeah, never really been in a situation like this where I really had to ration my food. Um, Once you have some certainty of a destination, um, it doesn't really matter how much hardship you have to face from there on, because once I know where I'm going, I know I'll get there one way or the other. And once I get to the destination, which yesterday evening was the food and water and everything, um, it'll again be like the hunger never was there. That the challenge I was facing was never really there. Yeah, well, as it turned out, the road was quite long, a lot longer than I would have liked. And also, it had some complications. I got lost a bit as well, and so I got challenged quite a bit further than I was even expecting. So that's another, that goes to show there are no real certainties in life. Yeah, so once you know the destination is certain, it doesn't really matter anymore what you face, even if it's hard, if you're having experiencing hardship, because the destination is certain. And then I started thinking this through to the end. Well, what is the one certain destination that where we will all arrive? There is one certain destination, and that is death. So, if I can have this in my consciousness, that hey, doesn't matter where I go, doesn't matter whether I go north, south, east, west, high or low, at some point I will meet death. And when I meet death, then everything that came before, my whole life, my whole path leading up to death, my death, will vanish, will be as if it never had happened at all. And well, this is a liberating realization. It can be, at least, depending on your attitude. So like I experienced going down the mountain, finding my, well, at least perceived certainty when I hit the road. From there on I could relax, because all my struggle with hunger, I knew would be temporary. But ultimately, all our struggles are temporary. Yeah. So, I'm going to meditate on that a bit more. Yeah. Because it's one thing to think of it, and it's another to live it. Peace.